What's the feeling in the market at the moment?
Yeah, it's still sort of the same really in the sort of first lockdown. It's we're working closely with sort of existing clients, but new clients and sort of meeting new people it's been tricky. So people are still sort of wary with what's happening, but it's been a good time to invest really. The market's been so low. Obviously we've had another wobble sort of recently within the markets, but we just sort of say to the clients, look, just sort of follow the key rules of sort of long-term investment, diversify as much as possible, and sort of use the best fund managers. But yeah, it's not as busy as what it was. Well, we're going to go back to 2019 really. But found that the sort of lending market, the banks and people wanting mortgages, it's just gone crazy. Obviously with the stamp duty as well, that's had a massive impact. So everyone's trying to get it sort of pushed through before the end of March. But yes, it's really sort of buoyant on that side of things. But and the lenders as well are starting to sort of ease up on criteria and restrictions. So like I said, 2020 it was really tough, and the rates were rubbish, and it's just hard to get a mortgage through really. But it's starting to ease now, which sort of indicates that things are becoming a little bit better. But investment side of things, it's not ideal, but
you think there's a lot of pent up investment coming down the line?
I don't know, it's hard to say really. I feel like I'm not sure on that one. Like I say, at the right time to go in the market, we say never try and time the market, but if there was ever a point to go in, it would have been sort of at the sort of the crash when the pandemic hit. So yeah, if you had sort of capital to invest then yeah, it's obviously the markets have really sort of bounced back since then. I mean, how the markets are going to react once we're all out of lockdown and the vaccines rolled out and everything, I don't know. I would imagine there's going to be another pickup, another spike. So, but like I say, we don't try and time the market. We just, like I say, just as long as you've got long-term investment objectives and diversify and just follow the sort of rules, then we don't try and get hung up on what's going to happen this year or 2 years time. But like I said, it's as long as you've got your objective right, then it doesn't really matter.
Yesterday I spoke to one of our customers who's a property investor as well, and he's got over 50 properties in and around Hull. And I said to him, are you looking to invest any more? He said, well, I had held back from it, and he said, but now actually I'm going to go again. He said, I'm going to start investing in some more. So he had plans to do 10 more properties in the next 6 months. And I said, so why is that? He said, well, of course, stamp duty is attractive for him. He believes, he's not sure of it, but he believes that maybe stamp duty will get extended, that deadline, maybe to the summertime, so that might help. But he believes as well that he thinks that we're not going to see a dip in the property prices, which we usually do in recession. In fact, it's gone against all the rules of recessions, hasn't it, so far to this point, but maybe because of the stamp duty. But he thinks it's even when that stamp duty goes, he thinks it's still going to continue to either stay the same prices or potentially go up. He doesn't think they're going to go backwards. So that's interesting. It's only one person's opinion, of course, but of course if he's got 50 properties and they're doing well, then I guess he's got some experience of that. Another thing that sort of crossed my desk the other week as well is bitcoins, and everyone's been seeing that, but they went up dramatically in value. I think just before Christmas they are worth about £5,000 each. They went up to £30,000. They've dipped down now. I think they're in the low sort of 20,000s. But that's a really interesting market. I know that you would never advise on that, Neal, because it's so volatile, and but it's interesting to see this kind of stuff, because there's loads of reports about them potentially hitting $100,000, which is what, 75,000 UK. But of course I always look at these stories and think, are they there on purpose to drive people to go and buy and drive the price up? So I'm a little bit cynical about that kind of stuff, but it's interesting what's happened. I think people obviously did go and buy quite a few, and then people who had some already thought, you know what, I'm going to sell them. So you had that spike, and then you obviously had that drop again.